California pioneer in art. Now this is what, a special exhibit, but they have a permanent exhibit. But the fact that when you go into Folsom Museum, you walk in the door, you think you're in a black museum if you just, look at the door. But this is, 95% white folks up here. And it's more receptive to black history than Sacramento. If you go in the Crocker Museum, you think you're in the Bastion of Mississippi. And Mr. Crocker gave the eulogy for for Abraham Lincoln. He was he did a lot of stuff for black folks, but they don't tell you that at the Crocker Museum. So this right here was the Wells Fargo essay office. They weigh the gold, give you gold. The Pony Express right up in here. Wells Fargo essay office. How you doing, sir?
What?
I got you on camera today.
Uh-oh. Didn't break, did it?
Not yet. Don't get a close-up of it. How you doing?
You got the evidence, huh?
Say a few words about what you're doing with the railroad here.
Well, right now, what are we doing?
Just a couple words.
Well,
don't go too far.
I don't know what you know, but Folsom was the first railroad town in the West. It was the end of the line of the first railroad in the West, the Sacramento Valley Railroad. We recreated the first turntable in the West, which is right out here in the parking lot, if you haven't seen that yet. We rebuilt that in 1999. It's on the original granite pivot stone that was built in 1856 for the first railroad in the West. I would like you to come over and see our railroad museum. I'm heading back that way right now.
Okay.
And we'll show you more of what we have to offer.
My friend, Mr. Anderson, we've been on this trail for too long. But
yeah, I know.
You can't give up now. It's getting worse.
No way,
but,
it's getting.
But
it's April 3rd. This year, the Pony Express is celebrating its 150th birthday.
Okay.
In June, 150th big.
Right.
But April 3rd, they're celebrating the railroad's involvement in the Pony Express, which only happened between Folsom and Sacramento.
Ah.
The rail.
I got a picture of that.
Yeah.
I got a picture of the horse and the train racing.
Oh, cool.
I got it.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, I got it.
But the railroad, this was the only section of the Pony Express project that the rail was involved in. And so April 3rd, we're going to have that.
April 3rd?
Yeah. Saturday, April 3rd.
What time?
The train will be coming in about 12:30.
Here, this is a depiction of the early black miners here at Negro Bar. And Bud Davies, from his memorial fund, this was done in 1985. But the story goes, we don't know how long, when they first were here mining gold, because they were probably, to me, one of the most significant things about this region. If you look down here, you see that it's the native Madu, and they were here at least 10,000 years. They were very dark skinned. If they walk up to you today, you would call them black. They hunted bows and arrows. They had baskets. Their culture was very similar to ours. So when William Leidensdorf received his land grant, of course he's going to say, I'm not going to disturb y'all, because you're probably family. I mean, that's,
Yeah, what are here these folks that make a difference here?
Well, this is like, if you go down here, this is one of the original markers to lay out the town, Theodore Judah. And, like I said, I have the best teachers. They dug this up and found it. They were surveyors, and I'll show you the picture later. But this is Mr. Leidensdorf. This is, again, an artist's rendition of him. I don't care what anybody would say. He got more than a touch, more than one drop of black blood in him. One drop will make you black. But if you got a black mama and you live in the Caribbean and you sailing all the time, you're going to be crispy black. Well, you could and get the data here, because they say it's two different accounts of his death. Well, On May 18th, he died. On May 19th, everybody's on his land mining gold, 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 gold. But you can see they got some new stuff down here. They got his signature and some of his title to different properties in San Francisco. But you can look here at this map. It will show you the extent. You can see, barely see it. They don't tell you, but if you know what you're looking for, you'll find it. This is Leidesdorf Ranch. This is Folsom. It goes up here where it says Mormon Island. Across the river was Negro Hill. But the land grant is this line right here. It goes down here, goes here, goes down here, all the way down here, and it comes back up here. And then the river is the boundary on the north side, 35,000 acres. So you can see there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 towns in the historical map on his land. And you can see all of this is in production. And you can see they call it the Sacramento Placerville Railroad, but it was a Sacramento Valley Railroad. And there was no highway here. This right here is called Coloma Road because it's just the way Sacramento's laid out. It'll take you to Coloma. It's not about the politicians bringing it forward. See, this is what politicians deal with. It's just like you and I were at the Capitol about 4 years ago with a big old blown up sign showing the graves that say unknown nigga. That's what sign, I mean, we're gonna go see him in a minute. At the Capitol. And you remember a lot of people came by, Ag Secretary, different senators and some assembly people came out and we had discourse about it, you know. But if there's not numbers, they're saying, oh, it's true and we'd like to change that, but we have other priorities. This is not a priority for people. I'll tell you, I was in Detroit at the NAACP convention. They're talking about, well, we're burying the word nigga. I said, well, we've done that. There's 36 of them in California that say unknown nigga. But y'all ain't burying this one. Y'all got the grave here, you got the casket, but you got the casket in the back of the U-Haul. You didn't bury him. So we gotta keep using the word nigga. You didn't bury the word. So, you know, you can't just do the show. And that's well, you see how the river is. You got two forks of the American River coming together. So over on that side is the North Fork, on this side is the South Fork. And so at the point over there where the water, where the land comes into the middle of the water, the farthest point out. Yeah. That is
the jetty right there?
The jetty. So if you take it from up there, that's where Negro Hill originally was.
Okay, go back over, Doug. Yeah. Go up, yeah, right there. That's where Negro Hill was.
Originally was. And you can see out here now they're putting all these different roads and stuff in. This is what they're saying is because of the way this dam was built, it's an earthen dam. And it's about gravity and flow. It's all engineered the way it is. They're saying they got a retrofit. So when they first built this dam, you see they're out here working on Saturday, getting that double, triple time, whatever they get. The idea is that when they first inundated Negro Hill and the other 9 communities, they hastily moved stuff. They didn't have environmental impact laws, and you know that's why they say no. So while they're retrofitting and spending, let's just say $500 million plus, maybe up to $1 billion, I'm not sure. They can retrofit the graves and tell an accurate story as to what happened out here. Some people came out here because they were seeking freedom and a place to start a life and to
have
live.
Peace and tranquility.
And to live, exactly. So that's why when Mr. Leidesdorf, he's issuing you the passport so you can legally be here, he's telling you where to go or where you can go. You can go wherever you want to go. But if you go over here on the other side of my land, I can make sure you get some supplies. I can make sure that you're gonna be safe, and it's good land. I live there. So go on the other side of that. The water is good, the most pristine water in the United States. Now he didn't know there was gold here, but I mean, my goodness, if the water is pure and you got these big old mountains coming down, probably some gold in them there hills.